Hello, I am going to show you how to paint some rocks. So I'm going to show you the ones that I'm going to try and paint. So these are owls, and then also I've got a strawberry, and I have got just like a really simple night sky. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I have got two white rocks from my garden, but you can get any coloured rocks. If you do get like the original grey ones, then you can just go over loads of times with Liquitex and white Liquitex, and then you'll just have a nice base, because if you do it straight on, it really doesn't work. Okay, so I have used so I've got acrylic paint, and then I've got also these things, and they have dabbers on. Like, this is a fairy dust pink, and I've also got a pea pod colour, like a green. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do the owls, as I said. And this one, I'm going to do exactly like this. I'm going to do exactly like this one. So what I have done is, on the back, I've used this dabber. And on the front, I've used this dabber to cover the whole thing. So I'm just going to get started. Okay, so now I've dabbed it all, and I've just added it on. And if you want, you can do more than one layer, but I'm okay with one layer because I will be painting over this. So now I'm going to let this dry. Okay, so now I've let it dry, and I had a bit of help with the hairdryer. And yeah, so the thing that, if you do want to do more than one layer, then I would recommend doing one layer, let it dry, and then doing how many more you want. So now I've done this, I can sketch out my design. So I just get a pencil, got that's a Christmas tree one, and I just sketch out my design. So I can see at the bottom I've got like my curved bit, and then I've got the tummy with the wings going over. And then it goes around to the eyes and then meets in a point. I'll just show you how mine looks like. So you might be able to see, I can't really tell. Yeah, so that's it. And now, if you can see, I've got a red bit, and I have used this to do that. So I open it. I get a paintbrush, and I simply just go where I need it. Because I'm just putting it over the top and then squeezing it a bit. And then, but really, to get a really beautiful texture, do it the way the wings would go. So of course the wings go down, so I'm doing down brush strokes. It just adds a bit more realism. Okay, so now that's all dry, you can really see the shape now that I sketched with my pencil. So now I've done that, you can see all of like the feathers, and I have done that by simply just using this this shaped sponge and simply just dabbing like that. So you could use anything. I mean, you could just get a sponge. Like you don't need to have a sponge that's already on it. And then I've just gone everywhere with it. It just adds a bit of nice texture. Okay, and there you go. So I've done all of the feathers on the outside, and now I do my beak. So my beak will be roughly here. Now for my beak, I'm using this metallic gold. It's exactly the same that I used on this. Oh, that's quite full. And then I just simply go over the pencil lines and make sure that the pencil lines aren't visible. But do your pencil lines smaller than you do in a rock, because you need to go over them, and it will be bigger if you go over. So I've done that, and then I'm just going to mark where the eyes are. And now with this, all that I did was I got a really nice blue. I got this Centurion blue, and I mixed it with a bit of white. Okay, so I've got my Chinese white. I just try and get as much as I can out. Doesn't need to be this exact white, but this is the only white I have that still works. But you don't need to just use acrylic paint. You can use poster paint, really anything that's quite heavy duty and sticks on other materials. Well, watercolour is a very big no-no if you're planning on using that. So a really tiny dab of that, and then let's just mix it. And I actually haven't washed my brush from the gold, so I thought it might add a bit more of a nice effect. So of course that's a very nice blue. And then I simply just dab it everywhere under the beak. I just do lines with it. Make sure I'm not doing everywhere. I'm just doing it nice and gently. Okay, so that's that done. I can just do a quick clean. Dishes that I've used to clean another one. Sorry, I am not in the video right now. I'm back. And so I've done that, and now I get this darker version. Well, actually, I can use either of these, but I'm going to use a darker one, so it'll add a bit of difference to it. And really, you can do anything with this. Like maybe I could even do dots, polka dots. I don't really care. I want to make it quite realistic. Like this is like the mummy of that one. So I want to make it almost exactly the same. So I'm going to do that. Add a bit of white because it is a bit too dark. Nope, that did not work. So I'll just add a bit of this. Oh, actually, I do know what I used last time. Forget about that. I used this nice purple. So I just got my brush. Make sure it's quite a bristly brush, not like the new ones that are all close together. Make sure it's quite a huge one because it actually adds more texture. And I haven't let this blue dry for sort of a reason, as it's sort of like they mix a bit, which I really love. So that's a tummy. I'm done. Put the lid on. And then I do the eyes. The eyes are so simple. Literally just get black. But to make sure it's like a proper eye, I use the back of the paintbrush, which is usually a dot. If it's not, you can just use a pencil, lad. And then just do that. But of course this one's different. Like you can finish there if you want, but to me that's a bit too plain. I've just added a bit of a extra colour around it. So I've got a violet. That's not a violet. Where's my violet? Yeah, so once I've got my violet, if I'll ever find it, here it is. And then I literally just get my paintbrush and do just a bit of dabbing around it. I don't want too much because that gone a bit wrong. But of course this violet is ridiculously dark. Honestly, this is too dark for me. Right, of course that looks a bit weird right now, but I know what I did to save it from its death. And this is what I did. I simply just got this and literally just dabbed around it to add a bit more light colours. Okay, so that is it. This is my album. I hope you like it. See you soon. Bye.